Jammin 101.5, true old school and smooth R&B. It's Cha with Paul Rodriguez.
That's right, Aki. Bilingual comedy.
Bilingual comedy. We are going to have bilingual comedy. Hey, welcome to town. You're going to be here all weekend long?
All the whole week here, sweating to the oldies.
Sweating to the oldies. We'll be talking to him a little bit more in about, let's say about 6 minutes or so. Cool. Paul Rodriguez in the Jammin' studio singing along to all the old school. Look at you. You like all this old school stuff, huh?
Well, this is beyond old school for me. It's old school back in the old days when gas was only $2.50 a gallon.
Remember that? Welcome to Denver. Welcome to Denver. Welcome to the Jammin' studios. I want to thank you in advance for taking time out to come and talk to us.
Oh, no, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You're at the Denver Improv all weekend long. We'll talk more about that in a second. But tell us what you've been up to, Mr. L.A., wearing your old hat.
Well, yeah, you know, Dodgers are doing good. Not as good as the Broncos are.
Right? Really?
This whole city stops, you know, when the Broncos are playing. I couldn't get checked into the hotel for half an hour. The lady kept saying, hold on, right after this play. I said, but you guys are so far ahead already.
I know.
So
well, it's good that she didn't say wait till it stops raining. You know what
I'm
saying?
Well, that'll be a while.
Yeah, big Bronco fans here. We go crazy for the Broncos.
They do it. But remember
absolutely.
the perennial wars between the Broncos and the Raiders.
Oh no, that still goes on, dude.
Yeah, well, I'm from Los Angeles. We don't have a team no more, so I'm rooting for whoever's winning now. You know, it's amazing that Los Angeles got the second largest television market. We don't have a football team. We got like 2 basketball teams.
Yeah.
2 baseball teams. We got 2 of everything except.
Yeah, you need a football team, dude.
Yeah,
seriously.
we do. They're too cheap.
Yeah, they got to pay money.
The city council doesn't. You know, they're just not going to vote in a nickel for it. People are just upset. But I'll see if I have a good show here at the Improv, then I'll use that money
to buy a team. There you go. So you've been traveling around the country doing some stand-up. You do movies, you do all kinds of stuff, and you got a new project coming up with. Yeah. Tell us about it, James.
Edward James Olmos, myself, and my son. In real life, we got a thing called 3 Generations. It's a story about he plays my father, and I play him, and it's called. I like to think of it as Sanford and Son plus 1.
There you go. Dun 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 dun.
Crotchety. He's angry and. You know, everything. The first episode, I know we're going to get a lot of mail because he's.
But it's kind of the story of a generational family. Like you said, your son plays in the movie. My
son plays a successful business guy. You know, he runs a small brewery, and we both for economic reasons. I'm on my 3rd divorce from the 3 white women, and and so I'm broke.
Right.
And we all have to live in with him. You know.
Right.
And you know, it's kind of generational. I think Eddie's going to represent a lot of the feelings of old people in the sense that their world has changed, you know,
right.
they don't feel safe, they feel surrounded, they don't understand technology, you know, they're baffled by the internet, and they don't understand why people got to know everything you do on these apps. They don't understand apps.
Yeah, I don't understand apps.
Well, I'm in between. I understand some apps, but I don't understand all the apps.
Right. If you want to learn your smartphone, give it to a 5-year-old, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, the most embarrassing thing was that for the last couple of years, I've been Verizon's guy doing commercials for them, and I don't really know how to work them. You know, people stop me at airports, hey, you know how to do this? I said, man, I barely know how to turn the thing on.
Right.
You know, but you know, I guess you get stuck to it's comfort. It's a comfort thing, you know. Like there's a scene there where he's working on his 8-track tape player. You know, what's wrong with this technology? Why they have to change it? It's all the way they get you, but I hope it'll speak to 3 generations, you know, how people get stuck in, you know, in their own time capsule, you know, you don't want to leave it, you know.
Absolutely, it's safe. It's a safe place. Yeah. And Grandpa can teach, you know, the grandkid how to stick the little match book under the 8-track. So there you go.
How to balance a table at a restaurant.
Exactly, little things like that.
Yeah, those things are important, you know. I know we have a lot of controversy. We got a couple of showrunners where we've already gotten rid of 2 of them. But that's because they want to make how life should be, and then life isn't really like that. You know, I don't think it's going to be so much of a ha-ha sitcom, because we're not shooting in front of a live audience.
Okay.
We're shooting at like a mini movie would be, you know.
Okay.
And there are some things that are only funny to some people, but hopefully, you know, the people will like it and they'll give us a chance to work the King's audience to stay on the air for a little bit.
Right. And so when is this scheduled to air?
That we don't know. We don't know because we're
working on stuff right now.
Yeah, we just barely have worked out 2 episodes, and it's really difficult to try to I think Cosby said that to try to please everybody is to please nobody.
Exactly.
So we're trying to please ourselves. We figure that we got a good sense of a reality of what it is, but there's a lot of, I think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to realize that, for example, in this one, Edward Olmos has to deal with the death of his buddies, and he does a speech about, all getting old is just going to funerals, and saying goodbye and then wondering when it's your turn.
Exactly.
And, we try to snap him out of it. Come on, Dad, you got a long way to go. He goes, don't kid me. I hate these commercials that they say, welcome to the second half of life. There's no, I'm not going to, what am I going to be, 90? 102? So he does the math and it depresses him. He's not, he's not afraid of so much as dying as he's afraid of not having anybody to relate to,
Exactly.
Everything's ancient history.
Right.
Where I'm kind of in the situation where I'm in the middle between both of them, my son's full of life and everything's exciting and there was never no racism in his day. He doesn't remember seeing, fountains that were only for whites. He doesn't remember all of that. So his world is together. He doesn't understand what people are bickering about,
Right.
So that's the conflict in the whole thing, It's he doesn't because Edward Olmos in this one he's a citizen here. He's been born. He was in the service in the army and all that. He doesn't understand why he calls Mexicans those people. Whereas I'm trying to say, what do you mean those people?
Exactly.
What's your last name? So I think he's going to be a lot like a Latino Archie Bunker in a sense.
Ah, okay.
And
Well, that should be interesting.
Yeah, and it's totally different from what he really is,
Right.
which is just an icon really to all of us.
Yeah, he is an icon to all of us.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to seeing that and watching that. Stand up, man, you've been doing that a long time. Is that one of your favorite things to do besides everything else you do, the voices, the movies, everything that you do?
Well, it's the only reason I'm in this business, I do movies and stuff like that so people, so I can sell tickets really, because stand-up is it's like an opportunity to psychoanalyze yourself,
Right.
Except my couch, you need like 100, 200 people there, who are your psychiatrists, but it gets it all out, it gets it all out. It's been a rough 5-6 years for me. I tried to step away from it and I went into politics, and then after that was done and I came back, I suffered the loss of my mom, but the thing about stand-up is that you incorporate all of that, you incorporate what you're doing, how you're feeling,
And laughing, it's always, they say it's a cliche, but it's the best medicine sometimes,
They say laughter is the best medicine. Well, I think medicine is the best medicine.
Yeah, medicine is the best medicine, but laughter comes in a close second. It does help. Takes off the edge a little bit,
It does, my mom lived to be 96.
Wow.
So, we were happy that she lived that long, but you're never prepared for that,
Absolutely.
Then I lost my
sorry
dog.
For your loss.
I couldn't understand.
And you got 3 Chihuahuas, down to 2 now?
I'm down to 2,
Okay.
and I don't think I'm going to get another one. These dogs are vicious and vindictive, but what do you do without them,
Right.
I didn't realize, I lived by myself and my dogs, and I didn't realize how, you get to love your pets, but when my dog passed away, my sister said, well, geez, you're crying more for the dog than you did for Mom. I go, I didn't know you were counting, counting the tears, but it is true, you realize that a
It's
dog,
so unconditional love.
when they live with you, they've seen you naked more than your old lady.
True that. Absolutely. They know your secrets and they're not going anywhere,
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
My dog Mosca, when he passed away,
Mosca, I like that.
I'll always feel guilty because he wanted to sleep in the bed, but he was old and he was incontinent. I had him with a little diaper, so I said, no, you can't come. He slept at the foot of the bed, and when I woke up in the morning, he was gone. I'm always going to live with that guilt. I go, oh man, what's a couple of sheets, Let him do his thing.
Paul Rodriguez, I'm a big fan, always have been.
Oh,
Thank you for
appreciate that.
everything you've done for not only comedy, but for the Latino community. We
Well,
appreciate that, man, seriously.
I appreciate. I think they get too much credit, but it's always on my mind, to behave, and I get arrested for drunk driving because I drive fast.
Well, again, thank you for stopping, and we appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you for the time.